Hey everybody, back for video number 2. I've gone big time. I've got a camera woman sitting back there, rolling her eyes at me. You know how it is after you've been married for a certain amount of time, guys. And your wife, everything you say that you think is funny, she just rolls her eyes. Anyway, second video. I'm here, and after, a good 7, 8, 9 people maybe watched that video. Got some good feedback, good constructive feedback from the wife. That's always helpful. And dead silence. I want to point out 2 things. Number 1, I got my haircut, you might see. I'm looking pretty dapper. The old First Choice haircutters in my neighborhood did a great job. And number 2, I am wearing a red shirt, not a blue shirt. Fun fact, the red shirt is exactly the same as that blue shirt that I talked about in my first video, except that it's red. I just really like this shirt. Over the next several weeks, what I want to do is go through a series of topics as it relates to spina bifida in adulthood to give you guys, the 7 or 8 viewers that I have, a glimpse into the life of a person with spina bifida 41-ish years down the road. If you go to Google right now and you look up spina bifida, what you're going to find is a lot of information about babies and toddlers, and it's all going to be written from sort of a clinical standpoint. All medical terms, which is good to know, but at the end of the day, there are real people like myself with spina bifida at the end of those diagnoses. So when I was born, a lot of the information that was passed along to my parents about what the future would hold for me was negative. They said there was a good chance that I would never walk. There was a good chance that I would have developmental or intellectual disabilities. And it was a very difficult time for my parents because everything was so negative about what life would look like for me down the road. I understand from the medical community that they want to be honest with parents as it relates to what the future will hold for their child. But I don't think it's helpful when all they talk about is the negative side of things. A person is more than just their diagnosis. And that's what bothers me about how doctors are telling what the future holds for a child with spina bifida. So after I was born, it took till about 22 months before I walked. And the story goes that I didn't really crawl at all. I scooted around on my bottom, and then at my sister's urging, she kept wanting me to get up and play with her. She sort of grabbed onto me and made me get up and walk, and I did. And there was quite a bit of shock and amazement in the room, as you can imagine, because from that day on, I was just able to walk. Obviously, some type of a miracle took place there. I would say the Lord did something, and there's really not a lot of other explanation for that. I remember at one point when I was in, I believe it was grade 8, my grade 8 graduation actually, someone had the audacity to ask my mother, "What are you going to do with Jonathan when he grows up?" This is the view that permeates our culture as it relates to spina bifida and other disabilities, that people with disabilities will not or do not have the ability to live independent lives. And so I want to give you a glimpse into the life of an adult living independently, well, independently with a wife. Did I mention that I have 2 cats? I have 2 cats. One is an orange cat named Franklin, and his brother, a black cat named Ollie. And filming with cats can be a bit of a chore. They're not nearly as compliant as dogs, but I like them. I am a self-admitted crazy cat guy. So my cats, Franklin and Ollie, have their own Instagram page. If you want to check them out on Instagram, you will see it down here somewhere. And You can follow them. I post lots of fun little cat pictures, and there you have it. Do you know how to record?
Yes.
Am I recording?
Yes.
Cut! Okay. Am I looking at the camera?
Yes.
Dead in the eye?
Yes.
Good. So I've got a bit of silver hair, as you might have noticed. And that's because I was born in 1971.
What year was that?
1978. So I was born a day before my parents' anniversary. So, heck of an anniversary gift, if you ask me. A glimpse into the life of a person with spina bifida 41-ish years down the road. So maybe you have a child with spina bifida, maybe a toddler, a baby, and you're wondering, what does the future look like? Well, like this. That's a wrap.
Is that how you're gonna end every video?
Yep.